Hello, my name is Lestari, and today I'm going to share my experience when I was going to another part of the world, which is the Northern Territory of Australia. So it is the middle part of Australia where it is hot and only desert. So when we go to Northern Territory, first we will see the sign like this sign. So at that moment, I mean, long time ago, I went to Northern Territory through Queensland. So I went to Brisbane, Queensland, and then go north, further north, and then into the Northern Territory. So in this place actually is really different from what we imagine about Australia when we think of Sydney or when we think about Melbourne is totally different. So in Northern Territory, we can see like the wide roads and like empty street, not many cars, not crowded at all, and just really amazing when we see like besides the road, it's just only like dry land and dust and not many like houses, and actually at that time it's really hot. So this is the road in if we want to go to Northern Territory. So I went through this road and it was quite interesting because not many animals. Sometimes in the evening we can see like dingoes and also like kangaroos kind of the animal. So in Northern Territory, I visited like Aboriginal community. So this is actually the like the original people. I mean the origin of people who live in Australia. So this Aborigines lives in the Northern Territory where it is hot, and actually it's just totally different from the city of Australia. And in here we can see that children are just playing, and you can see it's really hot, and even the ground is just like dust. It's just like a lot of dust here, and the fan is just like this. It's just totally different from what we live nowadays. Even in Java, it's totally different. And if you can see the roof of it, it's just made of like leaves and branches, and it's quite interesting experience if we actually see. And this is actually the houses of the Aborigines have. So you can see here if the houses is not made, the houses are not made of bricks, but here it's just like made of kind of like if we say in Indonesian like metal kind of thing. So it's pretty hard, and uh in here also I think it's just like dirty kind of thing because there is no rubbish bin, and we can see the board here and the houses with the cars. And interestingly, in this community actually there is no school. So Aborigines people, they don't usually go to school, but they educate their children through stories that they have. So their stories is just from generation to generation to generation. So it's just really interesting how they keep their culture, and they don't get like what we get at school, but they get the lesson from the parents. So probably they learn about morals and like how people live, how their people lives, kind of that. So yeah. And then these are like the symbols and meaning of the Aboriginal community. So we can see here there are many symbols that we can see. For example, this one is just like picture of man sitting, because like Aborigines likes to draw and they draw on the sand. Sometimes they just draw on the sand a picture of something or symbols of something, and then if symbols actually has meaning. So if we can see this picture here, like letter U. Why that picture is like picture of man sitting? It is because like the shape of it, it's just like a, when we sit on the sand and then we can see like the mark on the sand or on the dust about the bottom. I mean, it's just like shape of that. So they use it as a like picture of man sitting. And then the next one is like the children in Aboriginal communities. They just like standing there playing and talking and do their activities without sandals. We can see here. I cannot imagine how hard is the sand because the sun just shining so brightly and the sand probably get hotter and hotter when it rises up in the afternoon. But look at them. They're just like so. Their skin is so strong because I don't know how. The heat will be if I take off my shoes at the time. And if we can see here, there are some children as well wearing shoes here. Probably for a special occasion, they will wear shoes or sandals, but uh, usually they don't. And I just want to let you know all that this building is actually church. So where people like worship God and then they sing a worship song here, and when they pray together in this building, it's totally different from the churches that we have in Indonesia, even though we are developing country. But the churches that we have, especially in Java, it's more like comfortable and the churches are nice. Or even if we can see other prayer places like the mosque or the temple, they're also quite nice here. So actually just totally different. And if we can see here the children, and this one is part of the church. So like what I said before, their roof is just made of leaves, and here the children just having fun and they just gather together. And you know what, Aborigines likes to gather together in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night when they have kind of like, probably they have like certain show kind of thing. So they will gather together, they will bring their rock and sit on it, just same like our culture when we have kuda lumping. Probably in the villages we have kuda lumping and kind of like shows, and then people will gather and watch. I think it's similar to the Aborigines when they have show or something. They will gather together and put rock and just watch the show and finish. And yeah, they like gathering. And you can see here the dogs. Actually, the dogs in these Aborigines communities are quite wild. Actually, they don't get vaccinated and they don't get like medication or kind of like the like medication for the dogs, for example, right, in Indonesia or in here we or other countries, if they have pets, they usually put the vaccine, like probably the vaccine to prevent rabies. So in this area, the dogs are just wild and so scary because they don't get trained. So if they see like strange things or they see strange people, they might bite. So it was so scary. And then, so that's all actually the experience that I have in Aborigines communities, and just to show the different culture that I have experienced. And just so glad that I can share this with you, and thank you and see you next time.